Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. On this, I'm so excited to be sharing with us how to draft a basic bodice block with the simplest method and the best technique that can help you to avoid zipper bulge and tighten your nail well properly. That can also make you not to be having issues with your fittings. You get, we all know that how to get a perfect dress or outfit start from your measurement. If your measurement is correct and you draft a well detailed and clean pattern, you will not have fitting issues. So that is why I brought this class to life. So if you are still having fittings issues for your ready to wear, like you still have issues for your ready to wear, you still have zipper bulge, your clothes are not fitted well, stick around. This video is mainly for you guys. So I try as much to make it very simple. I didn't want it to be that hard for us to understand, and I share a lot of secrets here and formulas and techniques on this video. So guys, let's start the main deal. So from my paper top, I will come down by 1 inches to mark my starting point. So my starting point is going to be my shoulder line. You get? So from my shoulder line, I will take my shoulder to front waistline. Shoulder to front waistline. I know by now we should know that our front and our back waistline are not the same. You get? So my shoulder to front waistline is 16. I think my shoulder to front waistline is 16. So I will mark it all throughout the paper and I will rule out and I will bring the line out with a straight ruler. So I will label it waist, and from my waistline I will come down by 9 inches for my hip line. So for my waistline, I'll take my waist to hip line, which is 9 inches in my case, and I will rule out like this. So on my hip line, I will come down by 1.5. So I'll come down by 1.5. So this line, I will label it my lower hip line. The reason why I take this line is because it will enable me to shapen my side hip properly, to avoid any bulge, to avoid any excess fabric that want to come out from on my side hip area. You get? So after that is done, I will take for my waistline, I will take my waist to nail. In my case, it is 23 inches. My waist to nail is 23 inches. And I will label it waist to nail. So after that, I will now come to the upper bodice and I will decide where I want to be my front and my back. So after I've decided, I will label it front and back. So after that is done, I will now, to get my bust point line on the front, the formula is your back waistline divided by 2 minus 1. You input the answer from your waistline upward. You get? So mine is 14 inches. 14 divided by 2 is 7, minus 1 is 6. As you can see, I am inputting it on my waistline upward. Upward, guys. You can see, guys. So I will rule it out like so. So I'll mark it bust point. And to get my chest line is I will minus what I have from my front waistline and my back waistline. I will minus the difference and mark it upward from my bust point upward like this, and label it chest line. You get? So the next step is to divide our shoulder by 2. My shoulder divided by 2 is 8. So from that, I'll come down by 1.5 for my shoulder slope. And I will still input my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on my chest line, like so. So I'll connect those lines together using a broken line. So I'll connect for my shoulder slope. That 1.5 I came down from my shoulder to my chest line like this, using a broken line. So I use a pencil because it's not going to be, that's not my standard and my permanent line. So to get our neckline, the formula is your bust circumference divided by 16 plus 1. Bust circumference divided by 16 plus 1. So the answer you get, you mark it on your neck, on your shoulder line like this. So that answer is going to be the width and the length of your neck for the front. So that 1.5 you came down from your shoulder, you take it down to your neckline like this. So that means you have you have gotten your shoulder slope. So to get our front bust, you divide your front bust divided by 2. You get, this is what is shown on the screen now. Your front bust divided by 2. You get, and mark it on your chest line. So to get our armhole curve, from your shoulder slope to your chest line, you mark the midpoint and go in by ½ inch. ½ inch is 4/8. And connect it and connect from your shoulder slope to the ½ inch and to your chest and to your bust line at your chest line, like the way you see me demonstrate. So that is done. So on our waistline, we divide our waist by 4. Our waist circumference divided by 4. You mark it on your waistline. So on your hip line for the front, how to get your hip measurement for your front is your hip circumference minus your back hip. Whatever you have left is now your hip, your front hip, and you now divide that one by 2 and mark it on your hip line for your front. You get, so I'll connect my chest line to my waist and my waist to my hip line like this. So you can use a straight ruler or a curved ruler. It depends on what you are going for. So let us finish with the front. So whatever you have on your hip line like this, you bring it down to your knee line like so. So at this point, I'm going to use my pencil and connect it to my lower hip line, like the way you see me demonstrate, like this. And I'm going to use my curved ruler or my straight or my free hand to connect my lower hip to my hip line, like the way you see me do. I'm going to use a marker, so it's going to be obvious for us. So at this point, if you are making a straight gown, you are good to go. So for the back, how to get your shoulder line for the back. You remember that we took our shoulder to back waistline. So that answer you get for your shoulder to back waistline, you input the answer upward from your waistline upward. You get, so when I took my own measurement, my shoulder to back waistline, I had 14. So as you can see, I'm marking that 14 from my waistline upward. You get, so that is now my back shoulder line, you see. So on that line, I will input my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and also I will also come to the edge side and input my neckline. The formula we use for the front, the same formula you're going to use for here. Your bust circumference divided by 16 minus 1. That is for the width of your neck for the back. Then for the depth of your neck is 1 inch. You come down by 1 inch and connect it like this. It's standard. This is standard for a basic body. You get. So I'll connect my neckline like this. And I'll connect my shoulder slope too. So to get our chest line for the back, we are going to extend our bust point straight down. You get, so you know that we took our bust point was 6 inches from our waistline upward, if you remember. So I'm going to connect it like this. So this is now our chest line for the back. So on my chest line, I'm going to input my shoulder measurement divided by 2 like this, and from my shoulder line, I'll come down by 1 inch from my shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to my chest line like this with a broken line. You get, now I'll connect my shoulder slope to my neckline like this. So now to get our back bust, is the formula is your bust circumference minus your front bust. So whatever you have left is now your back bust, and you divide it by 2. You get? So let me go again. The formula to get your back bust line is your bust circumference minus your front bust. So whatever you have left is now your back bust. So divide it by 2. So I will input the answer on my chest line, like you're seeing me do, and I'll go out by 0.2, like so. I'll find the midpoint of my shoulder slope to my chest line and mark it and connect it to that chest line and to my shoulder slope, like this. On my waistline, I will divide my waist divided by 4 and mark it on my waistline like this. So I will input it on my waistline like the way you see me do. I'm using a pencil because I'm going to make some alternations very soon. I'll mark it. Then on my hip line, I will divide my back hip divided by 2 and put it on my, and mark the answer on my waist, on my hip line, and connect my waist to hip like this, and my waist to my chest line like so. So that is that for it. So that's the way we did it to the front. I will take my whatever I have for my hip line, I'll take it down to my knee line, and I'll connect it to my, from my lower hip to my knee like this, and I'll curve my lower hip to my hip line with my free hand, or you can use a curve ruler and do yours. So after that is done, we are done with our basic bodies. You know, like a basic bodies without that. You can use this to make a stretchy dresses that you're not putting that on it, and it's still going to fit. If you're making a dress that you will not put that and you will not put zip, you can use this one like this. But let's now move to our waist shaping, how to shape in our waist. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to, from the back of my, from the center back of my back, so I'm labeling it same center back and side back. So from the center back, I'm going to come in by 0.4, which is also called ½ inch, and connect it to my hip line using my curve ruler. So watch how I'm placing my curve ruler, and also you can also use a straight ruler here if you want to, but I prefer to use a curve ruler because you know our back is not curved straight, you know that. So I would connect that 0.6, 0.4 I came in for my waistline to my neckline like so. You get? So I'm showing you that you can also use a straight ruler if you want to use a straight ruler. So after that is done, from my waistline also, I'm going to go in and go out by 0.3 up and down and connect it to my waistline like this. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to avoid us having a zipper bulge. So if you do this, if you take this method I just took now, no matter how curvy your client's back is, you're not going to have a zipper bulge, no matter how curvy it is. Do it and come back and testify. After that, so for us not to have shortage on our waist circumference, that 0.4 you came in from your center back, input it to at your side back, so you understand, so that your waist circumference is not going to be shorter. You get? So after that, on that 0.4, you divide your nipple to nipple divided by 2. So to get your dart leg is your nipple to nipple divided by 2. So you input it from that 0.4 you mark. And to get your dart leg, the length of your dart leg is, you go up and down by 6 inches from your waistline. You get? So now, to sharpen your waist, it depends on how snatch you want your waist to be. So what I use 1.5 for my waist shaping. So that's 1.5. I'll divide it by 2. So I'll have 0.6. So I'll now put 0.6 on both legs. I'll put 0.6 on the side back and put 0.6 on the center back. You on that's my that leg. You see what I'm doing, like so. So yours can be 1 inch, yours can be 2 inches. So but I use 0.5 for my waist shaping. So I'll connect it to that 6 inches I came down from my waist. I'll connect it that I'll connect it to the 6 inches I came up from my waist, like this. So I've marked out my waist shaping. So you know that, so we have 1.5 for our waist shaping. I'm going to replace 1 inch back, not the 1.5. So I will replace 1 inch back. In essence, I have shaping, I've snatched my waist by half inch. You get, I've shaping my waist by half inch. So I will input it back on the side like this. From that 0.4 we added on our side, I'll mark the 1 inch outward like this. So now I'm going to use my marker to connect the lines together, waist to hip and waist to chest line. So that is done. So I'm going to mark that 1 inches from that 0.4 I mark. I'm going to mark it to my chest, to my hip and my chest line with a broken line. So if you are making a dress without that, you trace out from you trace out that your broken line. But if you are using that, you trace out the real line. So that is that for the back. So we'll go to the front. Your nipple to nipple divided by 2, you put it like this, and you come down by 6 inches from your waistline and mark that your nipple to nipple. And on your chest line and on your bust line, you mark your nipple to nipple divided by 2 from your center front and connect the line like this. So I'm still going to use the 1.5 I used for the back as my waist shaping. So 1.5 divided by 2 is 0.6, 0.6, and I'll connect it to my bust point and to the 6 inches I came down from my waist. Guys, hope you guys are following. Guys, if you have watched this extent, please subscribe. Thank you. Please subscribe. Thank you. So I'm going to just take out, I'm going to bring out 1 inches out on my side back front. So instead of me to bring out the 1.5, I'm going to bring out 1 inches. So that means I've snatched my waist by half inch. You get, just half inch. So this line was supposed to be a broken line, not a straight line. You get. So that is that for our waist shaping, our waist shaping. So to get your side dart or your bust dart as you call it, the formula is your front waistline minus your back waistline. Whatever you have left, you put it on your bust dart downward from your side front like this. So my front waistline is 16 and my back waistline is 14. So 16 minus 14 gave me 2. So I'm putting the answer on my bust point line downwards on my side front like this, and I'll connect the line to my bust point line like the way you see me do. So that is that for our bust dart. So to get our under bust line, what I do is I will mark from my center front on my bust point line, here. I will mark whatever I have from here to the bust, to the nipple area, from here to here. Whatever I have like this, I will bring it downward from my bust points. You see, whatever I have there, I'll bring it downward like this. So that is my bust point, my under bust line. So there are many ways to get your under bust line, but this method is like it's tested and trusted, and it's accurate. So you see, I take my shoulder to under bust and it's still giving me the same measurements, the accurate measurement. You see it. So like I said, your measurement is the foundation of a fitted dress. Don't joke with that. So to get our shoulder, that is, you divide your shoulder slope divided by 2 and mark it and connect it to your bust point with a straight line. That is very simple. Your shoulder slope, find the midpoint and connect it to your bust point line, like the way you see me do. So right now we have our waist darts, our side darts, our shoulder darts. So with this you are good to go. So let's move down to the down part. So let's now shape on our waist, our nail, before we come back to the back pattern. So guys, there are a lot of formulas to shaping your nail, you get, but I'm trying so hard to give us the simplest one for us to understand. Maybe on my other videos I'm going to show us the other ones, you get. I'll be sharing us different techniques in each videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to extend my gown length, because I don't want my gown length to end at the nail, you get. So for ready to wear dresses, straight dresses, you hardly see the nail end at the you hardly see the gown length end at the nail. So the standard is 6 inches. From your nail line you go down by 6 inches for a straight gown for ready to wear. That's the standard, the 6 inches. So me, I'm doing 7 for my own case, and I will add 2 inches to for hemming allowance. You can do 1 inches for yours, but I'm doing 2 inches for mine. So I'll label it allowance and gown length. So what I'm going to do is that I still want this dress to be fitted and free. I still want it to be free so I can be able to walk properly, because I don't have a car. So on my new line I'm going to go in by 1.5, you get. If you want it to be that really pencil, you can go in by 2 inches or 2.5. So I'm going to take 1.5 inward from my new line. You see that line? I'm going to take 1.5 inward. Like I said, you can make your own 2 inches or 2.5. So whatever I have from that 1.5 down to my center front, I will input that same measurements on my allowance length, like so, and connect it to my lower hip line like this. You see how it is. So in this case, my nail is not going to be that tight but fitted, you get. So if you feel that one is small for you, you want it to be really tight, you understand, you can do 2 inches or 2.5. But I do 1.5 because I don't have a car. I want to walk freely, enter bike, keke, you know the stuffs, and still be fitted. You get the point. So on my side back, I'll go in by 0.6 on my nail line and on my allowance line like this. And you see how I'm placing my rulers. These ways are very wrong. Don't do that. They are very wrong. So this is the right way to place your ruler. So from your lower hip, you connect it to your nail line like this. You see how I'm placing my ruler. Watch my ruler placement, guys. So like that, from my lower hip to my nail line like this, and from my nail line to my allowance line with a straight ruler. So where I just mark now, we don't need it. So from this side back on our nail line, I'll go in by 1.5. That's the way we did. You get it? And I will extend the line downwards to my allowance length like so, and connect it to my lower hip line like this. So my lower hip line to my allowance length, like the way you see me do. So with this method, your nail is not going to be tight but still fitted. You get the point? So that is that for our nail shaping, side dart, shoulder dart, and waist dart. You can see this pattern is ready to make a dress, a basic dress. So this pattern, we're going to use it to be making a lot of styles. If there's any ready to wear styles you want me to recreate on this channel, let me know. Just say it and I'm going to bring it to life. You get it? So that is that for it. I'm just showing us how it's going to look like. So on the back, we are also going to do our shoulder dart too. So find the midpoint between your shoulder slope and mark it and connect it to your chest line like so. So we are done. Very simple. For a basic drafted shoulder, waist, and side darts. So I'll cut out like this and show us what we have next. So if you want to cut your upper bodice from your lower bodice on your waistline, you follow like this and cut it out from here and for here like this for the upper bodice. That is how you do it for the down bodice, like that. But if not, if you want it to be a straight block, like a one piece, you fold it in like this. You get the point. Sorry guys. So you fold it in like this and you pin and place it on your fabric and cut out, and you transfer your darts to your fabric. I'm going to show us when we are making a dress with this pattern. You get, this is how you do it. So guys, and for your side darts, you fold in your bust point line to meet your side darts. You get it? You see how I'm demonstrating it? You fold in from your bust point like this. Very, very simple, to your side darts. You get, as you can see now, our both our front and back chest line are matching. They are matching. So I'm going to bring my tracing wheel to trace out this side. I'm zooming in so we can see. I'm tracing out this side from this side that to the chest line like this, and I'll open it up and bring my marker to follow down my tracing wheel line. Whatever I have there, I'll just bring it out like that. So I'll cut out from that area like this. So guys, this is the end of our video of this class. So this pattern is ready to be used to make a basic dress for ready to wear without any fitting issues. So guys, if you have watched to this extent, thank you guys for watching. And if you want me to use this pattern to make any style for you, kindly share the style with me on my Instagram account or my WhatsApp number. Bye, see you next time. I love you.